speaking of Jake Paul, they just announced they're doing the Tyron Woodley versus Jake Paul, which I was actually super pumped to see. I actually want to see like him go against the actual striker. And the dude, he ain't no Ben Askren. This guy's a fucking mauler. Well, he used to be. We'll see if he still does. He's got his ass beat these past 4. But those are professional fighters, so it's a little different.
The reason I thought it was yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, after this fight, we're gonna actually see if this guy Jake Paul is actually legit or not. Which we all know the first 2 fluky, little fluke fights, right? Now this guy's going up against a savage, bro, going against a beast.
Bro, you can't trust boxing, man.
Give me a savage.
Used to be.
Listen, man.
Used to be.
You can't judge him off his last few fights, all right? Overall,
it was a fall down or tumble from after the championship against Usman.
Listen.
He's still rocked from that fight.
He was a champion. You're going against a championship fighter. That's all I have to say right there.
I mean, but don't we have a discussion like these guys that stay in too long, they go an extra fight too long, 1 or 2 fights too long. Like Woodley, yes, he storied guy, maybe up and coming guy, but never really reached that full potential of like maintaining his dominance. I mean, his last 2 fights, how many times have he been knocked out? Like his last 4 or 5 fights.
I think he's got knocked out 4 fights in a row. He knocked out Usman, I believe, Burns, and then who did he just fight?
We saw it. Remember that he was knocked against he was barely standing up. The freaking fence gate was keeping him up.
Yeah.
So listen, if he loses this fight, just hide in a cave.
If he loses this fight, he just made a shit ton of money because my thought process, he just made a shit ton of money, and that means he threw that fight on purpose. Like, there's no way in hell. There's no way. I already thought Ben Askren threw that fight. But there's no way in hell that Tyron Woodley is going to get knocked out by Jake. Tyron Woodley's taking hits from way stronger people, way better strikers than fucking Jake Paul. I get he's been training for probably coming up 4 or 5 years now, 3 years, something like that. And I get it, but at the end of the day, he's not a professional. He hasn't put in the years that Tyron Woodley's been.
At some point, you're gonna have to call him a professional, right? Because if he's training and this is what he's doing main fights.
All right, well, let's say like a decorated.
At some point, he's gonna have to graduate from not a professional to professional. Well, you think he's a good professional or not, or you think he's the best in the world? I mean, that's a different question. But I mean, at this point, you gotta say the guy is at least a professional. He's been training, and he's fighting real fighters. He's not fighting a hobo off the street. Like, he's fighting real legit fighters.
How he is.
I mean, they're washed. They're washed.
At some point, we're gonna have to.
The thing is, Tyron's not even that old, though. I don't even think Tyron's that old. I think he's
judging him.
No, I think he is old. I think he's like in his late 30s, bro. He might be like 34 or 35. He's up there.
Is he that old?
I think he's old, bro. He's not 27. He's not a
I know he's 27. Like in his 30s, but I don't think he's pushing 40. Is he?
I'm about to Google it right now.
I'm looking at it. Where the fuck? 82. I guess he is pushing 40. Shit. Why isn't his age?
Birthday?
Yeah.
But 82. While you're looking that up, I mean, the reason why I thought it was studio fights is because I feel like these guys, it's kind of like a circus, right? These are like celebrity fight, like celebrity boxing or something. Like when I remember on MTV they used to have like the animation shit, like celebrity boxing. It would be like Michael Jackson versus Prince or some shit, some weird cartoon. But like now it's in real life because I don't know, it's like a spectacle. Just people using their celebrity. These YouTubers.
This is a question for Julian. It says he's very passionate about this.
I'm very passionate about things.
Do you think these celebrity fights are harming or helping the sport of boxing?
Boxing's been fucking dying for it. The thing is, my thought process, I mean, I guess it helps it in a way. Like if you're just talking about the actual sport itself, then yeah, I mean, you're getting more eyeballs on the sport and technicalities. My thing with boxing has been one of those things where it's been hurting itself for a very long time with the corruptness. There's not a more corrupt sport out there than boxing. Like, it's just so beyond. I mean, think about everybody that you see fight. They're always like 50-0, 60-0 because they pull up some bum off the street to fight just to get their records up. And realistically, I mean, boxing is just It's just not MMA. It's just boring, honestly, a little bit. I mean, to me personally, obviously people find it amazing. I love training boxing. I've trained boxing for years. I love boxing as a training, but trying to sit down and watch it, unless it's like some super big fight, I have a hard time just sitting there and watching it. And I think this is just helping get people getting more eyes on it and just making it more entertaining. So I guess in a sense, it's helping it. Yeah. I think it's just like people say it's ruining the integrity of the sport and all that. It's like, get the fuck out. These guys have been ruining the integrity of the sport for a long time. Like, so you can't use that argument.
So it's like helping in terms of what, like promotion,
just views, more eyes on it at the end of the day.
Yeah. I feel like it's kind of shifting over slowly but surely to like WWE side kind of type thing, just solely just for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, it's just seeing people just fight each other. So it's hilarious, honestly. Yeah. I mean, I can care less about the Pauls. I want to see more like other celebrities fight. That'd be funny. But like,
didn't like Wiz Khalifa was training, right? He was like in shape. I think there was pictures of him being like cut.
Wiz Khalifa's no joke. That dude's good. Yeah. And he's not trying to fight or nothing, but
I think the game was also training. Here's the thing, like, it's a spectacle, right? It's like, everybody come underneath a circus tent. This is some fun to watch. This is like, here, watch, I don't know, elephant stand on its hind legs. Watch, a lion jump through a hoop. It's just entertaining to me. To me, does it make boxing? I'm not really a boxing fan. Like, last time I watched was when Tyson was big, and I saw the downfall of Tyson, talking about fighters who stay in too long. But does it make me care about boxing? Like, do I want to research now the best fighters? No. Like, to me, this is just, like I said, it's kind of like a celebrity thing. Like, some guys off of YouTube actually got serious about boxing, and he actually might be a legit, boxer, professional guy. I mean, I guess that brings, if he's taking it seriously and he's actually doing the training and he's actually fighting people of name and he's actually winning these fights, it's not some fake thing where they're just, throwing fights. If he's actually legitimately boxing, and I guess that's good for the sport, but does it make me want to like research? Oh man, I gotta find out who the featherweight. Like, nah, I don't really care. It's just something to put on. When I'm drunk at a bar, I'm sure I'm gonna look up and I'm more of a fan of other sports, especially now that we're in the playoffs. Like, I'd rather watch other stuff. It doesn't really make me care about boxing anymore than I already have, and I really didn't care that much. So
I actually will kind of piggyback on what Gabe said real quick. I was like, he does have a point there. It's like, I don't think it's not necessarily helping it because I kind of take back what I say where I says I think it's helping because there's more eyes on it, but not what Gabe put it. It's like, I don't really think it is helping it because I don't think you're really converting people. I don't think people are there it's more of like seeing them do a trick in a show versus them actually competing. You're not saying
entertainment of it, and not like the history of the sport or anything like that.
It's not like it's getting you into it. It's not like other athletes going to other sports and it's like, all right, maybe he did help bring awareness to the sport. Now you're bringing on people that like you did, like let's say esports, for example, you have all these big athletes and stuff on Twitch and doing all, and it's bringing more attention to like esports and some of these bigger personalities that are now on like television and stuff. So it's like you're actually converting people there versus I don't think you're really converting kids to watch boxing as a whole. You're only there for the celeb personality.
I'll say maybe if you're a Logan Paul fan, maybe like, oh wait, Logan Paul's actually legit. Maybe he's converting some of his fans to like be into boxing and watch boxing. But like I said, me, the casual outsider, I really don't care. Like, look at what happened to Nate Robinson. Like, do you think like I care about Nate Robinson's health right now? The guy could still be on the mat face down. Like, I don't know what's going on with him.